Today, I'm going to be going over with you my business that will make me at least $1 million in 2024, starting from zero right now. Pretty lofty goal, but I think that I can really get there if I put my head down and I do it. So, what the business is it is a service-based business in the cybersecurity consulting industry. What I'll be doing is I'll be helping companies lower their social engineering risk score through a series of tactics and strategies that I've learned in my current full-time job. I've been working for a large corporation for the past 2 years. They have a little bit over 8,000 employees, and my plan is to leverage the skill that I've learned there into a freelancer or a side business that will make me a ton of money in 2024. Essentially, what the service is like I said, helping companies lower their social engineering risk score. Educating their employee base on what cybersecurity is, how to avoid the threats, and in turn, saving those CEOs or C-level executives in that company a lot of money. Now, how do I plan on making this happen? I plan on making this happen almost solely by using cold calling. I know, big scary thing that most people don't like to do, but that's exactly why I want to do it. I think that even if I don't reach the goal that I planned for myself for making $1 million this year just based on this business, I think that learning the skill of cold calling and putting myself out there and doing the hard thing of cold calling will put me in a better spot than I would be otherwise. Not just cold calling, my plan is to introduce the service or get my foot in the door with a cold email and then leveraging that cold email into a warm call. So through that warm call, my plan is to book discovery calls with these prospects, offering them a free risk assessment for their business. From that, providing the service to them for free the first time, and then selling the long-term implementation of performing the service over the year. My plan is also to connect with all these people on LinkedIn and slowly build up a network on LinkedIn, which will take a lot longer because I think you're only allowed 100 connections per week on LinkedIn or something like that. Something really small that's not really scalable for me at this point, but I think it'll be valuable to have a connection base on LinkedIn full of these people that I'm trying to reach out to. So that's the overall plan. We'll get into the very specifics of what we're doing now. So let's go ahead and switch over. So I'm going to be using Go High Level as my CRM here. The reason why I'm using that is because I already have a few clients here that I'm working with. I started a social media marketing agency back last year, and I'm still servicing those clients. I already have the CRM, I already pay for it. Might as well use it for my own good here. I only need 200 leads a day that need to reach out to. We have 490 right here. So I have a couple days of leads that I'm good with. And we're going to be using the opportunities or pipeline here to keep track of everything. This is where everyone's going to sit. I have a couple Zaps, and I'm going to be using Instantly as my email setting software for the cold email into the cold call. So what the Zap does is it takes my prospects once an email is sent from Instantly. The Zap is triggered. It adds the contact into my CRM and then adds them to our pipeline. Like I said, the cold email is only there strictly for the foot in the door on the cold call. We're not looking to really optimize anything for the cold email. It's mostly just using the cold calls here. We also have a LinkedIn pipeline here that automatically gets populated as soon as a contact is added that has a LinkedIn inside their contact details. So this is how I'll keep track of who I'm connecting with, who I'm engaging with, and talking to on LinkedIn. Just keep things easier for me and not be all over the place with everything. Now, as far as the cold emails that I'll be sending out, it'll be very, very simple. Instantly, if you're not familiar with that software, it's just an automated email sending software that allows you to send things without having to do it manually. So I already have 26 email accounts in here. I bought 5 or 6 domains with my business name, a variation of my business name, and I made five sub accounts under each domain. So should be good on the deliverability stuff. These emails are already all warmed up. They've been in here for months already. I've just never really utilized them. So figured I might as well do that now. And they will be all sending out through this one campaign. It's a very simple sequence that we're using here. It is just an opening email and then a couple of follow-ups, just bumping and nudging the prospect. So the first email is a case study that I'm using, leveraging my current position at my full-time job to kind of get my foot in the door, and then nudging them here, letting them know that they have the free risk assessment available for them. Nudging again, giving them an option to kind of pass me off to someone else at the company if they are not the one I should be talking to. And then another kind of lead magnet or another free resource for them, just a list that I'll put together if they request it to get my foot in the door and get on the phone call with them. And then just a final, hey, I'm in the dark. Anything else, or if there's any way that we can talk, let me know. So very, very simple, nothing really optimized. I wouldn't follow this if you were trying to do a cold email. I'm not really sure how good it's going to work. I'll be iterating and testing this over the next few months here. and figuring out what works best. What I've seen already with these cold email campaigns is that this is probably the best subject line that I've ever used. It gets like a 50 or 55% open rate right off the bat without any iteration or anything else. Just using this right now because it's January 4th and it seems pretty personal and there's not really a whole lot going on there. So schedule, I'm going to be sending these only 5 days a week, 9 through 6, so working hours. And then, like I said, I have all my accounts in here. The plan is to only reach out to 200 new leads a day. I had this set at 1,000. So later down the line, when we have 200 leads in the pipeline and we're sending out more follow-ups, we have that limit established. So nothing too complicated here. The Zaps that I've already set up, like I said, the cold calls when emails are sent, it'll get sent to my CRM and into the pipeline. And then we also have one here for not interested tags. So I have an automation set up in Go High Level where if a tag of not interested is added, then it will remove them out of the pipeline, out of any pipeline, and kind of delete them from the, not delete them from the CRM, but delete their opportunity and make sure that I'm not reaching out to them if they're not interested. So we have that here. If they're triggered as not interested within instantly, it sends the tag to Go High Level, which then triggers the automation to remove them from the pipeline. So very, very, very simple stuff. Nothing too complicated here. The main thing that I'm getting at is just we're going to be really banging the phone really hard here, trying to do 200 cold calls a day. It should take a few hours every single day, but like I said, after I develop that skill, I think I'll be unstoppable in a few months for that. So now, once we get that discovery call booked in, I plan on doing a 2-call close with these businesses. So the first call will just be discovery, see if we're a good fit, and then tell them about the free risk assessment. Do that, and then book a follow-up call to go over the risk assessment and ultimately sell them the implementation. Right. So what the risk assessment will be, it'll just be a test on their employee base to see how vulnerable they are. So we're planning on doing phishing exercises. If you're not familiar with what a phishing email is, it's those fake emails you get in your email where it's like, hey, log into your bank account now. There's been a fraud alert. Please log in and figure it out or decipher it. Those are fake emails intended to get you to click on them, enter in your bank details, and then ultimately the person behind the email will have your bank account details. So obviously very bad for a large corporation when you have hundreds or thousands of employees. Then the risk or the chance of that happening is very high. And when threat actors get into a company through an employee, when they have an employee's login, then they can cause some serious damage for these companies. So that's kind of the angle I'm taking. There's already systems and softwares that I use at my current job that I'm going to be utilizing to make this happen for other people. So I already reached out to them. I have a contact set up with them. So whenever I land a client, then I'll be ready to launch with that. So very, very, very simple process or very simple plan of action here. It's not a very complicated service, but the main, I guess, the value drivers here is just saving them a lot of money based on their company being more safe, as well as taking all this stuff off their plate and taking it on with me and my team. So I guess the credibility that I'm going after here is I already have 2 years of experience at a large corporation. I also studied this in college, so I have a degree in information technology with a concentration or a certificate in cybersecurity. So I already have 6 years of experience that I can leverage to sell this service, which makes me a pretty credible expert in the field. And I think that's really all I'm going to need to get these businesses interested in what I'm selling. So all right, so now comes the fun part where we discuss how exactly I plan on making this, what I plan on charging, and all the math behind that. So got a few notes here that I want to go over. So the math checks out that I only need 25 clients at 40,000 per year to make $1 million annual recurring revenue. Where I got this $40,000 number from is obviously consultants are paid a lot for their expertise. So it's already a very highly priced service. Also, I kind of based it off of where and what I'm getting paid at my current job right now. It's the main thing that I do at my current job. I obviously get paid a lot more than this, but being that I'm only providing the one service for these people, then I price it accordingly. I'm not married to this number. This is not 100% I'm going to stick to this and that's it. This is just where I plan on starting out to assess the market and see how they react to it. I'm more than willing to go up or down based on how the market reacts. I'm not married to this number in any way. It just works out that this number is pretty high. It's fair in my mind, and 25 clients doesn't seem like that hard of a goal to reach ultimately. That's only 2 clients a month or 2 point something clients a month to reach that $1 million mark. So Like I said, I plan on making 200 cold calls a day, 5 days a week. So that's 1,000 per week, 4,000 per month, which is 48,000 cold calls over the next 12 months. I think that, like I have here, if I don't make at least $1 after 48,000 cold calls, either I'm doing something wrong, or the script is wrong, or something's not right. But also, I guarantee that I will after 100,000. So um, something will happen. I'll learn a little bit. I'll pivot. I'll make changes in the business. I'll move different directions based on what feedback I'm getting from the market. And this is just kind of what the way that I'm thinking about this to kind of prove to myself and show myself, excuse me, that this is definitely possible. It's not honestly that hard to do. In terms that it's not hard to do as it's not complex. Let me re-explain that. It's not a hard task to do in terms of difficulty. It's hard because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of grit and a lot of time that it's going to take. But it's a very simple task to complete. Making 200 cold calls a day. If you stick to that, there's no way that I'm going to be worse off after even just a month or a couple weeks of this, let alone a whole year. So that's kind of the overall plan that I have right now. There's not a whole lot more to this business model. I'm sure that I'll pivot and adjust as needed. 25 clients, obviously I can't service those all by myself. So as I get more clients, then I'm taking people on the team and teaching them how to do it. That comes down the line. The very first thing that I'm worried about doing right now is just getting interest in the offer and just getting people interested in what I'm selling. So not thinking too far ahead, but I know that if I make these calls every single day, then I'll be better off in a few months than I am right now. So that's my plan. That's how I plan on making $1 million this year. I hope that it comes to fruition. Even if it doesn't, there's a very high chance that I'll be better off than I am right now. So that's kind of my plan. But it's also kind of the point of this channel. I know that having an audience and building a social media presence is very important for business and life in general, making a lot of money. So by doing this and by having something tangible online and showing you guys that I actually know what I'm talking about in business, and I'm showing you guys proof that it's possible to do it. Hopefully, we'll develop something later on to as some sort of coaching or mentor program. Now, don't worry, there's nothing to sell you. I don't have a coaching program. I don't have a course. I have no mentorship. I have no nothing like that. There's nothing to sell you guys. A lot of you guys, if any, will never be my prospect. My prospect is a CEO of a company of over 100 employees. So it's a very small subsection of the world that I'm going to be selling to. A lot of people online now try to sell people the idea of how to make money when they make their money from selling the idea of how to make money, which I don't think is right. It's not ethical. It's not even logical. But I'm never going to be that way. I vow to never do that. The only way that a coaching program or a mentorship program will be available is when I really think that people will get value out of it. And right now, you definitely won't. So no worries. That being said, if you have any questions for me, I will be buying a phone number and putting it down as the first link in the description. Feel free to text me or call me at that number. We can chat about things. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, or if you have any questions about business in general, completely free. Nothing required for that to happen. Just text me whenever you need me and I'll be there for you. So I'll keep you guys updated as this journey kind of goes on. I plan on uploading pretty much every single day as to what I'm doing and how I'm growing this business, so you guys can learn alongside me. I also think that when I look back in 5 or 6 months as to where I am now, and I'm still uploading videos and seeing where I am, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm planning on using this channel as almost like a diary or like a vlog channel of what exactly I'm going through and things I'm doing in my business, my mental state, and slowly teaching you guys what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and um, just so you can learn alongside me and hopefully do something like this at some point in your life. So I'll also be talking a lot on this channel about mindset, the human mind, psychology, business, things like that that I've taken a keen interest on recently. I think it's just so interesting to learn about how the human brain works and how you can utilize that to change the trajectory of your life and to do things that you never thought could be possible just by learning about how your brain works. And also something you can leverage in business. Obviously, you can leverage a lot of psychology in sales and outreach and everything. It's just very important that you understand exactly what's going on up here so you can use that to better your life and better those lives around you. So if that sounds cool to you and you want to keep up with it, feel free to subscribe to me here. Follow me across all social medias at Damien Alvarez. I'll be posting on there everything I'm doing in business and life, just keeping up with people and hopefully improving my life over the year 2024. So hope you guys like this one. Stay tuned for more, and I will catch you guys next time.